So welcome back to my daily transfer update video, and today is match day. We have got Brighton, we have got them at home at 4:30 this afternoon. Tottenham lost yesterday, believe it or not, to Bournemouth. They had a couple of players sent off. Heung-min Son got sent off, and Foyth, he was on the pitch for a couple of minutes. 2 minutes later, straight red card, off he goes, ta-ta. They've got a massive game in midweek against Ajax. They're obviously trailing in the first leg of that Champions League semi. And if we win, if Chelsea win and Man United win, all four of us could possibly get into that top four. Mad season. We've all bottled it. Every single one of them four clubs has bottled it. And Tottenham have lost 6 straight away games. They have lost a third of their games this season in the league. They've actually lost, and I see this earlier, this is a mad stat, they have actually lost 19 games this season, which is one more game than Arsenal lost last season under Arsene Wenger. And we were absolutely woeful home, away, not so much at home, but away, definitely. Worst away form we've had for donkey's years. But Tottenham have actually lost more games this season than we lost last season under Arsene Wenger. But they are the media darlings. They have got the best manager ever to grace world football. They've got the best striker ever to grace football. It is just absolute rubbish, the stuff the media come out with. But anyway, enough of that. Like I said, we need to do our job tomorrow. We need to be professional. We need to win the game. And they've got Everton, Tottenham, on the last day of the season. Hopefully, Theo Walcott could go and bag a couple of goals and kick them out the top four, and we hopefully qualify. But we've got to do our job first, and we've got to play Brighton tomorrow. Before I get into my transfer update, don't forget, stick a massive thumbs up on the video. Go back and check out my preview for the Brighton game, which I dropped last night at 9 o'clock. And later on today, I will be doing my starting 11 reaction video, which will be a live stream. Soon as that comes out, I'll be live streaming. I will also be doing my review of the game straight after the game and my player ratings. But for now, we are linked with a couple of players. But before I get into the couple of players, let's talk about a player that's linked with a move out of Arsenal Football Club. This story broke last night, or yesterday afternoon, sorry, and that is Alexander Lacazette. He is our player of the year, and fully deserved as well, by the way. I think that he's been absolutely outstanding. His away form isn't great, but away from home in the Europa League, in general, and at home in the Premier League, he has been absolutely unbelievable. Again, the other night against Valencia, he was the one that gripped hold of that team and said, no, we are not losing today. When we went 1-0 down, he's giving it think, pointing, telling people, get your game up, raise your game. And he literally dragged us to victory in that game. His energy levels in that game were ridiculous. And long may that continue. But he has been linked with Barcelona. Now, how true that is, we will find out in due course. But for me, if Barcelona or Real Madrid come calling, it's something that you definitely look at. And we've seen that many times over the years. Alexander Hleb, he went to Barcelona. Alex Song, he went to Barcelona. Cesc Fabregas, Marc Overmars going back in the day. Manu Petit. We have had a lot of players leave to go to Barcelona. I'm sure I've missed a few here and there as well. But if that is actually true, then I'm quite worried, because Alex Lacazette is by far our best striker. I rate Aubameyang, but Lacazette is just levels. Like, they complement each other quite well. But for me, work rate, desire, link up play, hold up play, Lacazette is streets ahead of Aubameyang. Aubameyang is one of these players that always seems to be in the right position in front of goal. His goal against Valencia the other night proved that. Peeling off to the back stick, nobody marking him, open goal tapping. Lacazette doesn't tend to score tapping goals. He tends to do the hard bit quite easily and then just bang, finish with aplomb. But I'm hoping that ain't true, because if we lose Lacazette, we are in big trouble next season. Because, like I said, he's been our player of the season. There's a reason why he's our player of the season and why the fans have voted for him to be player of the season. But I'm sure that one will drag on all through the summer. A player we have actually been linked with, again, shock, Wilfried Zaha. He actually scored today against Cardiff, which helped get Cardiff relegated. Reported fee anywhere between 50 and 70 million, depending on what source you're reading. For me, I don't get the hype. Genuinely do not get the hype. The guy's a good footballer. Yes, he's better than Iwobi. Is he better than Lacazette as a striker? No. Is he better than Aubameyang as a striker? No. So are you going to play him on the left wing? Probably. Is he better than Iwobi? Yes, of course he is. But is he worth 50 million plus? Not for me. Don't get it. I genuinely do not understand why this guy is rated so highly. This is a guy that flopped at a young age at Man United. For me, I think he's got an attitude. He rocked up at Man United with an Imogen Thomas t-shirt on at the time when Ryan Giggs was dating Imogen Thomas. Like, you were destined to fail at Man United, mate. You're turning up mocking and taking the mick out of a club legend of that football club by wearing his missus on your t-shirt. You then go to Palace and you look good because the majority of that team ain't all that. Every time he plays against us, he knows our defence is crap. So he just goes at us and he turns into a prime Lionel Messi every time he plays against us. But time and time again, this guy just disappears. For me, he is just a show pony that is not worth 50, 60, 70 million pounds. But let me know what you guys think. I know a lot of people rate him. Like I said, I genuinely don't. And that 50 plus million pound could be spent on centre back. So leave it in the comment section down there. Let me know whether you guys would take Wilfried Zaha at Arsenal. I would take him, but not for that sort of money. If we're talking 20, 30 million pound, all day long I'd take him, but nah, 50 plus, not for me, sorry. Another player we have been linked with is Leandro Trossard, the Genk left winger. This season, he's actually scored 1 in 2, which is pretty relentless. He's played 44 games in all competitions, 22 goals, 10 assists. His agent is claiming that Arsenal have made contact. 24 years old, 20 odd million pound fee, which for me, I'm like, yes, that could be somewhere where we go, yeah, 20 odd million pound. We could now play Iwobi in the centre, we could play Iwobi on the right, or we could even sell Alex Iwobi. This guy is a top footballer. He's young, like I said, he's only 24, so he's coming into his prime and into his peak. And the goal return is ridiculous, like I said. Spurs are also linked with him. So we've got a bit of competition. I suppose it comes down to who gets Champions League. And this is where Champions League could be vital in the summer transfer window. It's if you get Champions League, you can attract players. If you get Europa, you might have to pay an extra 20 grand a week to get the player that's linked with the Champions League club. And sometimes that can be a hindrance, that can fall back in your face, and you can go the extra mile for a player and end up with egg on your face because he ain't all that, but he chose you because of the money. But I don't know. Charlie Nicholas, Arsenal legend, divided opinion, bit of a Mesut Ozil type for the older generation back in the day. Not a lot of the younger generation know that. Obviously, I've got a lot of mates that are older than me, so I never experienced seeing Charlie Nicholas in his prime. I was too young for that. But everyone I speak to says that Charlie Nicholas was like the Mesut Ozil of now. You either rated him or you didn't rate him. But he's had his say, and he has said today on Sky Sports, yesterday on Sky Sports, that we should be getting rid of Mkhitaryan and Iwobi straight away. And Denis Suarez is obviously going back to Barcelona, and that was a complete waste of time. Yeah, a lot of people would say that certain points in your career were a complete waste of time as well, but you were entitled to your opinion, Mr. Nicholas. Like I said, he is a legend of Arsenal Football Club, but divided opinion massively. But I totally agree with him. I think we should be getting rid of Mkhitaryan all day long. The first club that come in and bid for him, don't care how much the money is, yep, you can have him. We will fund his flight to you, because he has been absolutely woeful since he's been at Arsenal, and we need to cut ties. We're wasting 200 grand a week on this geezer, and he barely looks interested from week to week. Alex Iwobi, it's a difficult one for me. He's still quite young, not really got an end product, but I think I probably would keep him for one more season and tell him straight, you've got a year to prove yourself. If you don't, you're out the door. But that's all for now. Like I said, my starting 11 reaction will be out an hour before kickoff, and then after the game, my review of the game followed by player ratings. Let me know your thoughts on whether Lacazette will be going to Barcelona. Let me know your thoughts on Leandro Trossard and Wilfried Zaha. Let me know whether you think any of them will come off. Leave it all in the comment section down there. And until later on this afternoon, I am out of here. Laters, peeps.